spin carousel. I know shorty very well, me and her don't plan to fail. She straight out of a fairy tale, she make my head spin carousel. I know shorty very well, me and her don't plan to fail. She straight out of a fairy tale.
Greetings, welcome to HASSDISCUSSES. We are joined by Jace. He is a singer-songwriter, rapper, based in Elkton, Maryland, and North Delaware, and we're just here to get to know this guy, explain his music, explain where he comes from, explain other members of his movement that he has going on, and overall, Jace, how's it been today in general?
It's been alright, bro. I just been chilling. Feel me? Got a little shopping done. About to go on a vacation in 2 days to Cali because it's my 19th birthday, turning 19 next Wednesday, September 16th, depending on when this is released. And I'm just trying to enjoy the moment. You feel me, bro?
Yeah, for sure. Cali sounds fun. It's gonna be pretty. And
Good
yeah.
music, you feel me? Good weed.
Yeah, for sure.
Time of my life.
Yeah. So, tell us, Jace, what does SRG stand for, and what does that mean to you? What does SRG mean to you?
SRG stands for Successfully Reaching Goals. It's something that I created back in 2012 with a few local friends, a few cousins, and it starts how everybody really rapper starts off. Either you're at school at the lunch table rapping with your friends, or you're at your house just putting a beat on freestyling with your cousins and stuff. I feel that's how everybody starts out, and that's kind of the same way. But I kind of wanted to make a little something more than that. So I spent I would say 9-10 months just jotting in a notebook, coming up with different anonyms and stuff like that, different meanings for stuff. And that one just stuck with me for I wrote it probably within 2 months of the process of trying to come up with something. And then I still spent 6 months working just to make sure, and every day I just kept thinking about that one. And it stands for Successfully Reaching Goals, and it's just something that kind of like Mamba mentality. Rest in peace Kobe, rest in peace GJ. It's something that's like a mindset that you can live by. You feel me?
Yeah.
Take one goal at a time, reach it, achieve it, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, this can apply to anybody. It doesn't matter where you come from. It's just a positive message, and that's just something good. We need that positive energy. It's fun to be negative. We all can be honest with ourselves. It's fun to be negative, but you always gotta go into something with good intentions. Fear is the mind killer, as stated in Frank Herbert's Dune. The book came out in the 60s. Fear is the mind killer. Anyways, so, from Elkton, Maryland, but you mainly record in Newark, Delaware, in the studios. You do Wonderland and Occupy. What's your favorite song recorded there, and what's your favorite work done at those studios? And if you have any shout outs with anybody that you work with there, let us know, man.
Well, Wonderland was the original studio, the first ever studio I worked in. And I was about 13, and my dad, he in prison for murder, and he was calling studios from jail, acting like my manager, talking to different producers and recorder, from engineers and stuff like that. And he was just trying to find a place for me and us to go because he knew that what we were doing, and he wanted to see if we can do it in a professional setting. You feel me? So went to Wonderland and got some time there. I would have to say my favorite song there would have to be Run It Up. It's on my YouTube channel, SRG Productions. It's because my boy in SRG, Tizzy T, shout out Tizzy, we ain't worked together for 3-4 months on nothing. Didn't chill, didn't rap. It wasn't that we weren't beefing or nothing like that. We just, you feel me, just didn't come around to doing it. And then 4 months later, he comes by my house just randomly one day, and he's like, bro, get on YouTube. And I'm like, why? And he's like, just give me the controller. He puts on the beat, shows me what he has to it. He has the hook, he has his verse. He's like, write a verse to this now. I write a verse to it, and I thought it was something that was pretty cool because I ended up able to perform it multiple times. I ended up getting a lot of play on it on actually the Delaware College radio station.
Oh.
I actually got played on that. Performed it a couple times. It has, I think it's at 2.5, 2.7, somewhere around that K views. And yeah, my highest viewed song to date. And it was just really fun recording. It didn't take a lot of time. It was just something to be able to groove by. And I would have to say Occupy. Shout out Kyle, by the way. I just recently worked with him this summer, first time ever. And just how I was on Instagram. I was about to try to get back into the loop, and I was with some good studios near. and a lot of people was posting Occupy and stuff like that. I had followed him for a little bit, and I had the EP done, and I was like, you know what, it's time to go.
Yeah.
So I started working with Kyle, and I would have to definitely say my favorite song working there, especially off the EP, is Fairy Tale. That song is, I've never used auto-tune. I've never tried no melodic stuff. I didn't even write the song Fairy Tale as a melodic song, honestly. Most of the verse, like, originally was just rapping, and even the hook, it was not singing. It was, you feel me? But when I got in there, he was like, bro, like, I'm going to show you my music that I do. I make music. And I was like, all right, cool. He showed me it, and it sounded kind of like the stuff I like to listen to, but I just don't make it. And he was like, bro, we're going to project it like something like this. You're not going to do, like, exactly what I'm doing, but we're going to do something like this. I think it'll fit. I tried it out. It worked. I ended up doing it for, like, 2 more songs on the EP, and I'm liking the style now, honestly. I think I finally found my sound, my voice, so I can get to work.
That Miles Away EP was the first thing I ever listened to. I feel like you kind of DM'd me and was just like, check out my EP. And, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. Check out my EP, Mike. What do you think? A lot of local artists, and I'm not going to point out a few, but some local artists are hard to tolerate. I'm going to be honest. But occasionally, I'd say 1 out of 6 are pretty good. Jace right here, he's the 1 out of 6. Okay? His music, he had Zaire on the feature, he had Eamon. Shout out Eamon. I just heard his new song. I forget what the name was, but I saw it was a music video. Yeah, he filmed that at the beach, actually. Yeah. I saw that. I thought that was cool.
Dope song. Shout out Eamon.
Yeah. Does he direct his own music videos?
From what I've gathered from talking to him, he actually has a family business. His sister does the videos for him.
That's cool.
His dad helps him, like, record and produce and stuff like that.
That's nice. So, you had those collaborations on there. You also had another guy on the EP, besides Zaire and Eamon.
It was a guy, his name was Melly X.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, that joint wasn't nobody I knew. It was just, I was on YouTube searching for beats and stuff, and I was working with my mans one day, and I just found the beat and it had the hook to it, and I was like, yo, this is dope, like, I need this. So I wrote my verse to it and stuff like that. Ended up doing what I had to do to get the hook on there and stuff, and then it's on EP.
Yeah, that's so already pre-recorded.
The hook was, yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. You don't have to. You're the guy. You can do stuff remotely, and you don't have to know in person everybody that you collaborate with music on, because everything's now computer based, obviously. Everything's computer based. So that's cool. Especially that Lee guy we were talking about.
Yeah.
We're working with him on some music. Yeah, guys, I try to make some music. So we're working with him, and he's from Texas. He can work with anybody. A Lil Durk on Laugh Now Cry Later, he sent that in from like wherever he was at, probably Chicago.
Yeah, a lot of people do that nowadays. That's just the time we live in. It's a blessing, but it's also a curse.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what's really lazy is, like, all right, there's a song featuring Trippie Redd called Love Is Hell, and if you listen to it, it's an artist that's not too big, right? And Trippie Redd gave him a feature for his album, and what he did, he literally just recycled like 3 hooks he had before, and he put like the 3 hooks together and just made it the verse for the song. So I feel like when you're not working with somebody, people can really be lazy. Like, it might just be what it is.
Because you're not there in person to push them and be like, hey, whoa.
Like, lucky for me, I got blessed, and, like, I didn't work with Eamon in the studio or Zaire for the features. I actually just got done recording them, sent them to them, and then they sent them back to me, like, 2 days later.
But in general, constructive criticism is received better in person as compared to on social media. And I'm not one of those guys who says I hate social media, yet I use that every day. I know its flaws, but if someone tells you how to be better on social media, they'll think that you're a hater, you're a meanie. But in person, they're just kind of like, you're there. In person, you gotta be a fucking respectful human being. So you're gonna be like, yeah, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, in person, people are more nice.
I've never been the one to bite my tongue. Honestly, there's multiple times, like, even the people in SRG, I tell them all the time, like, if we're sitting there working on stuff and it's not it. I tell Zaire too. He had some features sometimes where I feel like the other person didn't pull their weight, or just because he was on their song, he didn't pull the weight that he usually does with his songs. And I'll hit him up and I'll tell him, I'll be like, yo, I listened to the new song, bro. It's not it. Like, you drop bangers all the time. This one is not one of them. Like, I've never been one to bite my tongue whether I'm with you or not. Because at the end of the day, you gonna like me or not. It's just whether you're gonna have a million lovers, you're gonna have a million haters. You feel me?
Exactly. For sure. So, how long have you been with your girl that you currently live with?
It will be 4 years next month.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, it's alright. That's chilling. I feel like it's a lot easier. Just off the topic of what we're talking about, wise. I mean, I don't need to explain my home life and shit like that, but off the topic of what we're talking about, I feel like it's a lot easier to do what we do when you have someone that can keep you grounded. You feel me? Rather than a bunch of females that just want to talk to you because of this, or just want to post your stuff because of this. Because a lot of dudes get big heads really quickly, though. They'll fall for that stuff. Most of the time, you don't talk about it, but 95% of these rappers, they fuck their fans. That's really what they do. I'm gonna keep it a stack. They go to their shows, they're like, oh my god, you're you. Oh, come on.
Did you see the picture of Lil Uzi kissing his fan?
Yeah, like.
And they found out, and he saw she had braces.
And then he gets mad.
And he's like, what the fuck? She had braces. Like, you know what I mean? How old could she be? Anyways, but it's just like, yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like it's easy to do what we do when you got somebody to keep you level-headed. Because at times, and it's also good for that because I'll sit there and, like, work on stuff, or I'll slack off of shit, and she'll tell me, she'll be like, yo, like, chill out. You feel me? Like, I'm not even gonna cap. Like, sometimes she even be denying me stuff. You feel me? I'll be like, yo, can you go pick this butt up real quick? And she'll be like, no. What you write today? I'll be like, I ain't write nothing. She was like, well, write something, and I'll go get it. I'm like, alright.
That sounds great, man. So, you were talking about Fairy Tale, which is probably the biggest song off the EP. Let's be honest.
By far. Definitely.
Biggest in views, and personally my favorite. I'd say my favorite song's off the Miles Away EP. Obviously link in description to anything music related for Jace. Miles Away, solid EP. I'll dive into your old stuff eventually, with Tizzy and those guys. But Runaway, Fairy Tale, and those are the ones I pretty much fucked with. So Zaire, how's working with him? We obviously talk about him a lot, behind the camera, but he's just got a great work ethic. He's probably one of my favorite local guys that I actually have on my playlists, because I know something's good when I have it on my playlist. So how's it working with Zaire?
Man, it's dope. If I could put it in an analogy way, I would have to say, for the nerds out there, he's kind of the Captain America of the Avengers. He the OG. He the one that's gonna pull you up. You feel me? For any young artist trying to work with him, or local artist trying to collaborate with him, he works with you. He keeps it 100 with you. He's a genuine dude. He never comes from a bad place, and that's why I can definitely, besides the music stuff, even if he stopped doing music tomorrow, there's been times where he stopped doing music for a little time period, and me and him talked about it. And I'll tell him, I'll be like, bro, I love when you do music. I will always listen to your new song when it comes out. I said, but if you don't do music, at the end of the day, you still Zaire, my brother. You feel me? So that's just something that can't be denied at the end of the day. It's somebody that you just built camaraderie with over the past 3 years. And it's definitely dope. And on top of it, he's one of the, like you said, best artists around here by far. Definitely and he does everything himself.
Yeah.
His work ethic is crazy. And he still has potential. He's not at his peak yet.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing about it.
You told me how you known Zaire for a while, even before you started really getting into music, or not since before you even get into music, but in general a while before you kind of been dropping stuff on the regular, because you're on a roll right now. Let's be honest, compared to a year ago. I didn't know who you are, but I didn't know you were. But when you're working with someone, it's always, if you actually like working with them, it will show when you hang out with them and do non-work stuff. I've done podcasts with people, and I'll be gaming with them, on their live streams. I'll be like, add me to the party, let's play some Fall Guys, and that just furthers that relationship. And then we get even more collabs. It's all about, you just gotta be a normal fucking human being. If you want to collab, you gotta be a normal human. You gotta be a nice person. And everybody's asking those basic questions when they're not doing anything. They're like, how did you meet this person? Bitch, I met him You know what I mean? Like, I talk to him. You know what I mean? Like,
If I could say one thing on it, it's I think it's deeper than the music shit, right? At the end of the day, there's been times where I'll post my mom in a hospital bed, and 2 seconds later, my phone gets 5 texts from Zaire. You feel me? So I feel like that just off rip. And I don't know if you want me to say this or not, but I have not met him yet. Like, the first time I'm gonna be meeting him is when we shoot this video. So
we have a music video planned, obviously.
you feel me? That's gonna be dope fairy tale shit coming. But that's gonna be the first time me meeting him. Like, I have not met him in person yet. We've only talked over FaceTime, on lives, phone chats, talking and stuff like that. And it's crazy because we live like 30 minutes away from each other. But he got a crazy schedule. I'm gonna be honest. Like, he's a hard person to get a hold of.
Yeah.
Like, to get him down for an hour of time, it's a difficult task. But I mean, I just can't wait for it, man. And hopefully we can do a lot more shit in the future.
For sure. Yeah. So, show us your tattoos. I've been noticing a lot of them. And, some of them apply to your movements. Show the cam, man. SRG is right there. You gotta show him that one. SRG.
Show me. We got a little something right here. Both sleeves, you feel me?
Yeah, man.
Some new shit I got. My chest done. And I ain't gonna turn around for it, but I got my back too. And I got my face.
There we go, man. That's great. So, who's the tattoo man? Tell us about him. Because he's not just a normal tattoo man. You've known him for a while, obviously.
Yeah, my tattoo man is actually my cousin. And he's also on SRG. If you go on my YouTube page, the song 44 Bars, he's the last verse on it. And if you know me from a while and older shit, on the old SoundCloud songs, we have 3 songs together on there. And he's kind of the one that really got me into rapping. Like, he was underage and he was locked up for something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And he came home and my dad had hit him up and was like, yo, you feel me, you family. You don't like being at your mom and dad's house. Like, come stay down here. We got a big ass house. You feel me? Nobody. You feel me? Just come chill out. Come do what you do. So he came down there and stuff. Started living with us. I honestly reason why I started smoking, reason why I started rapping, reason why I started getting tats. Like, he would just sit in the room, play 2K, have beats on, and he was just so fire at freestyling. He could sit there and go off for 30, 45 minutes, and then he would write stuff and bring it to you and show you it, and it would be this most intricate stuff. And it just had me so fascinated with it. Like, I've always wanted to try to rap, and he made me really want to get into it. And then tattoos, I convinced my mom to let me get one on my birthday, and I was a little young. Then most people should get tattoos, but I ended up getting this one right here. My uncle that passed away, and after that, she stopped caring as much. I had to tell her, obviously, but I was like, I'm gonna get this. All right, cool. Just don't get nothing where you can't cover it up. All right. And then after a while, I was like, she would come in from work, and I was sitting there getting a half a sleeve done.
Yeah, nice. So I heard you kind of had a break from all this rap stuff. It's kind of like 3 years of just like, nothing really, happening musically. How did this occur, and what inspired you to keep going? Because as we talked about, you're on a roll right now, let's be honest.
I really don't know why the break occurred. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really want to say it was relationship stuff. I want to say it was family stuff. A bunch of stuff I want to say. But I think what I can mostly chalk it up to is just I didn't like what I was doing. As an artist, you gotta love what you're doing, not just like it, or it's not worth going and doing it. You feel me? Yeah. Studio time costs a lot of money. Stuff like what we're doing right now costs a lot of money and takes some time. You feel me? You gotta put stuff together. You gotta build relationships. It's not easy. So you gotta love what you're doing to actually push through it. And I just wasn't liking what I was doing. I was writing stuff, getting tapes done, coming up with ideas, concepts, and I just didn't really like nothing.
Yeah.
And the reason why I had to say I just kept pushing forward, honestly, there's a lot of like minute reasons. It's because obviously I just like to do it. I know I have older songs. I know I can get so much better, and a bunch of other things. But realistically, I gotta give him his flowers while I can. I gotta say Zaire, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. He the only reason why I got back into this shit. At first.
That's great, man.
Yeah, because I just seen his work ethic, bro. He would drop tape after tape. When he went on like a 7-song run, like just dropping singles like every like week and a half, and every song was just a 10 out of 10 song. And that shit was like, I was like, yo, how the fuck does he do this? Like, I gotta know. Like, I gotta work like him. You feel me? Like I can't be.
Yeah.
There's people like Eamon that's dropping music videos and constantly dropping music. Zaire, shout out LJ, shout out Paul Butler. You feel me?
Yeah, Paul Butler, dude.
You feel me? All them. For whom I forget, I'm forgetting two big ones. I'm slatted out. Shout out him. You feel me? Shout out Mir G's, man. You feel me? We just got
the Rare Breed merch. I just told him that.
You feel me? Shout out him. He's fire as shit, bro. Like,
He's more than just some rapper guy. He's fucking.
Yeah,
he's a businessman, entrepreneur, and he's a designer. And bro, if you ever need anything designed, album covers, logos, he'll do it, and he'll like print it out, and he'll, he's like a one-man factory. Like I've seen his like little office, and he's always got some design planned out. He's got a new Rare Breed merch line. It says rare weed. Dude, now I'll show you that. That's something you're gonna buy.
I ain't gonna cap. That's fire. And yes, I'm saying, bro. One thing that's 100% sure, and that's why I fuck with him. We haven't had a chance to conversate or nothing like that, but just what I've seen from him. A lot of people like to bring people to the table to eat, which is a good thing to do. Let people eat with you. That's actually thorough. You feel me? But he doesn't need people to make this for him. Dude, he's doing all that shit himself. So you're going to eat a lot more. You're going to make a lot. You feel me? Just like Zaire, what he does with his music, making the beats, producing, recording himself.
Yeah.
All that. You don't got to worry about other people affecting your shit or ruining it. You feel me?
Sure.
But yeah, so guys like that and shit like that, you just see them around here doing a bunch of stuff, and it just makes you sit there like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? I know I'm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'll show you a Good Vibes merchandise commercial, and battery pack died. Shit happens. Sorry guys about that. Camera battery died. Shit happens. We were talking about, how collaborations are great. Sometimes they're selfish, let's be honest. We see a lot of situations of that. The Drake feature effect. A lot of people want to work with Drake, but a lot of people just want to get that feature, and they don't really end up doing anything after that. For example, Blockboy JB, I Love McConan. But I do respect I Love McConan's work with Lil Peep prior to his death. A lot of people just want a large collaboration and a lot of views. What do you think of collaboration and how one can benefit from that in many ways? Some for good and the bad.
I feel like it's a good way to benefit because, like you was talking about, you don't know everything. You feel me? So, I hit up Zaire all the time. I hit up Eamon all the time. Yo, how do I get better at my ad-libs? I don't like how my ad-libs are. Yo, how do I get better with my vocal projection? Yo, this mixing doesn't sound right and shit like that. What should I do? Like, you can benefit off a lot because you don't know everything. And a lot of people, even if you've done a lot and seen a lot, yo, you can still learn from the newer guys, the older people. Just listen. That's really all what it's about.
Just listen. That's facts. That is facts. So, we gotta talk about something non-music related. What does Napoleon Dynamite, the film, mean to you?
Great fucking movie. Off rip. To me, it always signifies something because you got him at the start of the film. What do you see? You see him on a bus with a bunch of elementary schoolers. No other adults really, besides the bus driver. A bunch of little kids. He's at a place. He's doing childish things inside the bus.
That's facts.
But he's not a child himself. So I kind of always took that, like, you know what? And then even his getting the friendship with Pedro, the girl, when he ended up going to the dance, shopping, even drawing like weird stuff like liars. You feel me? He's always out of place. And I feel like that's not always a bad thing. You feel me? You got to get into new territory to find if you like something or to see if you're good at something. Everybody's always failed on something at the first try. And then sometimes you'll do something where you'll fuck with it and you'll be really good at it. So I always just kind of got that from that film, you know?
It's good to be out of place. That's a good message. That's a good message. And obviously, Napoleon Dynamite has an audience. It's outcasts. it's fun, you know. This is the most overused word, but quirky people and all that shit. I hate the word quirky. It's just like a lazy way to describe unique, different, beneficial. You know, it's like it's just overused. Like the question, "What is your favorite movie?" You know, I like asking people that, but I'd rather ask them, "What movies do you rewatch yearly?" Like, you know what I mean. But yeah,
it's like it's not such an open-ended question. You can really sit there and get into more depth with it. Like, all right, like, yo, what your favorite '90s movie? What independent film do you like?
Let's get into a little thing about. Let's do a little sidetrack on Napoleon Dynamite. So, I'm a big fan of the movie. Personally, went to a Q&A showing of the film in Philly, and you know, the thing about that movie is it was made for like not a lot of money, like $500,000, which is like low as shit for movie terms. So, you know, it shows that you don't need a lot of money to do great things. Does that apply to you now? Because, you know, you're not exactly the hottest artist, you know, commercially. You will be.
Yeah, I'm saying, well, not commercially. I mean, I take myself to be one of the hottest artists, but nah. I mean, everything.
You are one of the hottest artists. It's just like
I'm not making millions of dollars off my music right now. I understand that fact.
But you're still doing great things.
Yeah.
Just like Napoleon Dynamite was. It's just small, but great.
That's my point. I feel like once you get to that, all right, you have a big back and you have a big label, you have big producers. I feel like that's when the work gets lazy. You feel me? When you have to spend 4 or 5 hours on YouTube scrounging up to find the best beats you can find, that's when you're going to write your best shit because you're sick and tired of looking for beats and you want to hurry and use these beats. You feel me?
Yeah. Like, wow. It's so, like, restricting the label system and the radio system and how there's a lot of formulaic stuff. With independent music, which I obviously mostly prefer to listen to, I do love mainstream stuff because I'd hate to be one of those guys who, like, thinks that stuff that's popular is bad because it's popular. But when I listen to a lot of independent artists, there's always something new being done with them. So, do you like to experiment?
Yeah, I definitely do. That's one of the things I actually pride myself on. Like, if I take it, like, to my nerds out there, again, shout out. If you take it like the old Street Fighter or like the Mortal Kombat games, like, each rapper has their ability. You feel me? Some are good at certain things better than others. I take mine as being versatile, being able to do different flows. You can sit there and give me 2 piano keys and I can rap over it for 2-3 minutes and make a song and it'll be good. I can get on a hype song. I can get on some singing melodic stuff. My flows are very versatile. I can do a lot of different stuff, you know? So I really definitely like tapping into different things. And I continue to want to do that. I definitely want to find some weird shit that I know people might not get the biggest views on it, but I just want to see if I can test myself to do it, you know?
For sure, man. For sure. So, I think we should wrap this up with 3 more questions. How was the recording of Miles Away? Because we obviously touched into how that's really your first big project since your break. But just how was the recording of that? And it really just kind of put you on the map. And now it just shows that you are kind of established in terms of the Delaware, Maryland, and PA ever-growing music scene. So tell us about that recording process.
It was pretty dope. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, again, shout out my man Kyle there. I've never tried stuff like that. And back to one thing you said when you was just now. This is my first like big project by myself. Like, I've never done nothing by myself. Like, not saying that like people write for me and shit like that. Don't take it like that. I mean, as I was always working with people in SRG collaboratively and stuff like that. They were bringing songs to me. They were like, yo, bro, I need a feature for this. Let's do this. Yo, I got this concept. I was the young boy in the group. I was like, all right, you know, I'm just trying to work, get my stripes. Let me do this, show my pen and stuff like that. Now I took this 3-year break off. I had my own time, funded my own studio stuff, picked my own beats, got my own features that I wanted, all that stuff. So that was pretty dope to be able to do that. And especially being in a cool place like Occupy Studio. For any artists out there looking for studios to use, highly recommend it. Ask for Kyle to be your engineer.
In the upper Delaware area, or Maryland.
Main Street on Newark.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I mean, it's just, even the working on it process, like, honestly, it was 2 completely different tapes. And I all right, I don't like these songs on this tape. I don't like these songs on this tape. Delete them. Get rid of them. All right, what am I down with? I'm down to 8 songs. Well, I want a 5-tape EP. What 3 songs can I really don't like? All right, these ones ain't. All right, I can get rid of them. All right, I got 5. Let me work on these and polish them and make them the best thing they could be. I spent 2 months doing that, and then just out of the blue, just bought the studio time, sent the features out, got the features from the people I really wanted. And it was dope, man.
Gotta be careful. Carefully create. So, you already went into SRG. Obviously, it's a great movement. You have a lot of artists under it. So, how did you meet other SRG members? You know, Tizzy T, J, Menace, and Anonymous. Tell us about those people.
Well, I spoke on a little bit before with the Tap Man situation. Anonymous is my Tap Man. He's my cousin. I've known him for a while. That's family. J Menace, that's my cousin. On my mom's side, my mom's sister, that's her son. Shout out him. He's a fire artist. He's just like one of the boys I just came up with, created SRG with, started rapping with. And Tizzy T, he's this boy that I knew out in the Manor, where I used to live out there in Elkton. And I honestly can't really directly remember how I met him. I think I was dating some girl and his girlfriend lived like near there, and I seen him one day, and I think like I had a blunt and he ain't smoked in like 2 days. And like I was like, yo bro, here you can hit this. You seem like you're having a bad day. And he was like, yo, you a lifesaver. Found me on Facebook, we just started chopping it up, and then he ended up was a rapper, just trying to write music and shit like that, write songs. He started freestyling with us and shit, just fucking around, and then we all just created SRG together.
The making of something great. So, let's just wrap this up. We got to talk about overall. I seem like you're heading on the right track creatively. What are your future plans as a musician?
Man, honestly, I just want to keep making dope shit, bro. I don't know where this shit's gonna take me. I live day by day. I mean, hopefully, I'm planning after I get back from this vacation, after my birthday, I want to release my mixtape, XXX, the Roman numerals for 30. It's the sequel to Miles Away. Miles Away is a 3-part concept I have, and it's going to finish with the album afterwards, which I hopefully would like to work on with Zaire. And man, I just honestly want to get all these local artists together and just come up with like a big collaborative project, man. Honestly, just put this whole shit on the map. New York is fire, Philly fire. Shout out Philly, shout out Baltimore, shout out all these areas around here. You can make it from here. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. All right, this has been another great HASSDISCUSSES interview. I did two little podcasts today. One with Hyder, one with Jace representing SRG. Links in description to his music, Instagram, SoundCloud, all things Jace and SRG. A link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next HASSDISCUSSES. That was fire.
Dang shit. Dope, bro. Fucking dope.
Alrighty.